So welcome everyone to the Aeronautical Engineering and Aerospace Engineering presentation and how to be prepared going into your fall semester. So let me share my screen with you so we can get started. Okay. And if you have any questions throughout the presentation, please don't hesitate to put it in the chat box. I do have some of the other advisors available in the webinar itself, so they'll be helping me out. So again, welcome to the Aeronautical and Aerospace Engineering webinar, how to launch yourself into your first year at RPI. So first, this is our team. So my name is Kim Loring. I will be advising aeronautical and aerospace engineering, but my team here also will be helping throughout the summer. We do something called team advising. So if I'm not available for some reason, any one of these other advisors is able to help you out and also find answers if you need some answers. Right now, I'm joined by Karen Lewis. Bulos Abdallah will be joining us shortly. And then there's also Kelly and Jen. So just a brief overview, getting started, a quick introduction of who we are, where the hub is, that sort of thing. Then we're going to go into major templates, which is why you're here right now. Going over classes, what you should anticipate for your first semester, first year, how to register, and that's going to be a brief how to register. We will have another webinar that goes more in depth with that as we get closer to the registration period. Transfer course process, again, we'll have another presentation for that, but I'll briefly go through that as well. And then some important dates that you should be aware of. So what is the SOE Hub? So we are experienced advisors. Our primary role is to advise you guys. Unlike faculty do work here full time, and then some of them do advise as well. Our whole job is to make sure you guys are taken care of. So for the first 2 semesters, the SOE Hub will be advising you. So any questions that you have pertaining to academics, policies, transfer credit, how to talk to professors sometimes, how to look at your schedule, that's what we're here for. After the first year or the first 2 semesters, you will be moved to faculty advisors. And then depending on which majors you are, if you're part of ECSE or Maine, you do have secondary advisors, but primarily you'll be focused on working with your faculty advisors. And they're there because they have the actual industry experience. They're able to help you through classes. Maybe you're having trouble in a certain subject that they can assist you with or help you find someone. If you're looking for particular internships or co-ops, or you're not sure where to go in the industry, they are your mentors throughout the rest of your time here at RPI. So where is the hub? So we are housed actually in the Ansel Lounge. We're on the 3rd floor of the Johnson Engineering Center. So you're going to hear a lot of acronyms when you come to RPI. You probably heard a bunch if you've been on a bunch of webinars at this point. So we're the JEC, room 3306. You'll see us housed if you walk into the lounge. We're right to the left. You'll see a window. Usually Bulo sits right about here. So, and I'm back here in this area. But you guys can come in anytime. We will have available appointments available. So if you want to come in just to say hi or just a brief conversation, we are always welcoming that. Obviously not during the summer because you guys aren't here, but when you guys get to RPI, we really appreciate meeting you guys. So these are all the different majors that we advise in the hub. It's all the engineering. Obviously, aeronautical and aerospace is our primary reason for being here for this webinar. But if something ever comes up and you start looking at other areas, majors, and you might be interested in switching, it does happen. Just let me know or one of the other advisors know, and we will help you out. You can do it before you get here. You can do it during your first semester, second semester. The sooner you know, the better. But yeah, just know that we help all engineering majors in the office here. So now we're on to major templates. So what are these? So if you look to the left here, you're going to get an overview of both the aerospace and aeronautical engineering programs. These are PDFs. It has the footnotes that you would find in the catalog. Right now, the catalog should be launching within the next week for your catalog year, the 24-25. So remember that you're the 24-25 catalog, no matter what, it doesn't change for you. If you're looking at both of the programs, the reason why we have them together for this webinar is they are so the first year is exactly the same. So is the second. It's really up to the third year is where it starts changing a little bit between the aerospace and aeronautical. So if you're looking at it for the first semester, we have Introduction to Engineering Analysis, Engineering Graphics and CAD, Calc 1, Physics 1, and a Haas core elective. It has to be a Haas inquiry, which we'll go more depth about. But like I said, these two are just overviews. Some students like to edit it if they have the Adobe PDF editor. Other than that, we do have Excel templates that we created in the office based off of these plans from the departments. So these are made in-house, but what's nice about it is you can edit them. You can move classes around even if you don't have the Adobe edit software. Um, so, because you do get Microsoft Office, like the SharePoint version, so the online version for free through RPI. So you can edit this to however you want. We usually recommend you do it within your first semester. You do have to have a version of that within your spring semester when we have to meet. It's mandatory. But if you're looking at it anyway and you're starting to create a plan for yourself, you like to have everything in order, you want us to review it ahead of time, feel free to download that. And all this is on our website, which I'm going to go to our website at the end of the presentation and kind of show you the areas where I want you to focus on. And that can help guide you. And then if you have any additional questions, you can always follow up with myself or one of the other advisors. So yeah, these are going to be a major part of it. This is what we follow as advisors. It won't have the prerequisites on there, but if you go onto the course catalog, it will have the prerequisites. And another thing, I know a lot of students here may have AP credit or IB credit or maybe dual enrollment, Cambridge exam, whatever transfer credit you have. So hypothetically, if you have Calc 1, obviously you're not going to take Calc 1 while you're here. We would have you shift over. So if it's something simple as that, you can just shift the class over. If you're still like, I'm confused, I have Physics 1, but I don't want to take Physics 2 yet. Can I pull chemistry over instead? Yes, you can do that. But if you're still kind of fumbling through it and you're like, hey, I'm not sure if this is right, shoot us an email in the Hub's email and we'll review it for you and tell you yes or no. This makes your life a little bit easier ahead of time. So even if you want to come up with plan A, B, C, you have it all set. So if one class is full, you know to go with the other. Planning is best, pretty much is what I'm getting at. So when you're deciding on classes, how do you figure it out? So RPI students created this software Quacks or browse on the internet you can go to. And pretty much you type in whatever class it is. So if it's math 1010, it'll pull up all the available ones. And I'll go through it again at the end of what it looks like. And you can type in all the classes and it gives you all the different options. So in this example, there's over 21,000 options. So that's great. Um, but you do have to be mindful of classes that might be full, which it'll show you how to decipher that on the website and I'll show you. Um, but the software is great. If you're just trying to figure it out, you can just go through our SIS software and see all the classes through class search. But sometimes students have an issue with lining them up and making sure test blocks don't intercept and all that. So this is a resource for you if you wanted to use it. So how to register, this is through your SIS account. So we do have a recording on our website of how to exactly do it. These are just some screen clippings. So you log into your SIS, you go to your student menu, and then you're gonna see the check registration status. So within that, you'll see your time ticket. So that'll tell you the day you're able to register and the time. The day is the same for all freshman students. It's the time that is different, and that is just generated randomly by registrar. So we have nothing to do with it. It's just the time that's given. There are special accommodations if you need for a particular reason. Um, but let us know if there's something that you need help with in that space. But if you go to check registration status, you'll be able to see any holds. You'll see your time ticket. And then also you should see your financial responsibility agreement showing that it's a hold there. There should also be a button right below that says financial responsibility agreement. If you do not clear that, it will have that hold on and block you from registering. All that is pretty much stating pretty much that you will be paying for it. You know, there's financial obligation. You have to do it every semester. So just get in the habit of getting it done. So once you're in student menu, you already checked your holds, you have no holds, you saw your time ticket, you're at 10 a.m. on July 10th. You're going to go over to class search. So class search will bring you into this page where you can search by term. Obviously, you're coming for fall of 24. And then you look by subject. So it's listed by name. It doesn't have the actual designator. So if you remember back to one of the previous slides, um, calculus one was math 1010. It's just going to say math, and you'll have to put the course number 1010 in there if you're searching for a specific course, or you can just go to math and it'll list everything out. For this example, it looks like we typed in a Haas inquiry. So within your first year, you do have to complete a Haas inquiry class, and that's an INQR designated course. Um, it's only open for first year students, so you want to get it done because you have all the options there. Um, if you're looking for it, you're going to look for SR for seats remaining. If it says C, that means it's closed. When you're planning classes, I always tell the students have 3 Haas classes they want to take just in case one fills up or 2 fills up or something happens where you're not able to get into it for whatever reason, just so you can get it done with. How to read this, so it's seats remaining. If you look over here too, it says cap, so that's the most that you can have in the class is 38 in this example. The actual in the class are 0, so that means there's 38 seats remaining. So there's 38 seats open right now in this example. So you'd be able to register for it. If you go all the way to the right under attribute, it'll also say it's a Haas inquiry, and then also it has something communication intensive. That's another humanities requirement we have at RPI. You don't have to have that done within your first year, but some students like getting 2 things done within one class. You still have to complete a certain amount of Haas classes no matter what, but at least you can get that communication intensive done if you choose. If you choose hypothetically this one documentary in the 21st century and it's only a Haas inquiry, that's fine. You're still meeting the Haas inquiry requirement, which is our goal for your first year. And like this, you'll review all your classes, so you'll see all the options, and then sometimes students will have this open along with Quacks. I will let you know, Quacks gets its information from SIS, but there is a lag period, so it's about 15 to 20 minutes. It updates every time. So hypothetically, if you're looking at it during registration, you're like, okay, my time ticket's at 10, it's 9 o'clock at that current time. If you're going by Quacks, it's not going to have the complete data. You're going to want to go look in SIS instead and make sure the numbers line up. Or if you see it's full in SIS, you might want to come up with additional options if you didn't already do that. So something to be aware of. And of course, we're always here to help you troubleshoot. So once you click into the class, so say you're going to click into the CRN right here. So class, I forget what CRN stands for. Karen, what does it stand for again?
Course registration number.
There we go. It's something so simple. So you'll click the CRN, and then it's going to bring you into this area, and you're going to want to click this one again because, and this is with all classes, it'll tell you any restrictions, prerequisites, if it's cross-listed. So once you click on that, it says restriction for the inquiry class, you must be a freshman, which we already stated. So make sure you're doing that. Um, Also, if you ever attempt to register for a class and there is a restriction that you don't meet, it'll pop up at the end and you'll see an example on the next slide, I believe, of what it would look like. But again, pre-planning, you can do all this now. So once you have all the CRNs and you're ready to register, you can have them all listed. I tell students have it on your computer on a Word document or some other document so you can copy and paste them in when it's your time to register. You'll paste them into the little slots here. You can do multiple at once. You can do all the classes at once, and you can hit submit so that way it registers you for all the classes. If for some reason there is an issue, time conflict, prereq, restriction, it'll come up with this status which says like what exactly happened. So this one had a time conflict with a certain class. That'll be the course and I'll say the title and everything. So that means you got to go back and you got to register for a different class instead or update your schedule to be inclusive of that class. Once you do that, you're like, all right, I think I'm good. You want to go to view your weekly schedule, date time grid, or you can view weekly schedule. That just verifies what you just did. So always double check. Okay, moving on to the transfer credit process. So again, there's another webinar we're going to go more in depth for, but just so you have a general idea where to start. If you have AP credit, you need a 4 or 5 on exams. Those exams that are accepted by RPI are listed on the registrar's website. Please go there and you can get the whole list. Once you determine, hey, yeah, it's going to transfer, you're going to want to request your scores. And you can do this now with AP, I believe. And you request your scores through College Board. And then they're going to send it to RPI, and then our registrar office gets it, they look at it, and then they input it into your record. You'll be able to view it on SIS once it's been completely reviewed. The only thing is it does take a little bit for it to come in. So say you sent it in this week. It doesn't mean we're going to be able to process it within the same week. It might take a few weeks. If you ever have questions about it, you can go on the registrar's website and they have a ticket system. You can submit a ticket and follow up with them and they can tell you the status of it. So there's always ways to follow up. And if you don't know where to follow up, just let us know and we'll tell you exactly where. IB credit, higher level exam, you need a 6 or a 7. Again, those tests that we accept are on the registrar's office. You're going to want to request the scores. Theirs is a little different. Theirs is through the actual I believe IB website, and then it's sent to RPI. Again, it might take some time. Submit a ticket to registrar if you have questions about it. And then Cambridge A-level exams, A or B, got to request a transcript, and then send it to RPI. All this information about transfer credit is on the registrar's website. You can find the links to everything, where to order it directly on there. And then, like I said, if you have transfer credit, you know it's coming in, but it hasn't transferred in yet. Like example, Calc 1, if you need to register for Calc 2, we want to make sure you get in Calc 2. There is going to be a process for that, and we will be following up with you guys via email on how to get into it, because if it's not on your record, it's not going to let you register for Calc 2. So just be sure to look at your RPI email from now on, or our engineering WebEx chat for updates. Okay, so now dual enrollment and maybe some summer credit that you're deciding to take now. So dual enrollment, you want to pass the course with a C- or better. A note right here. So you want to make sure that dual enrollment credit did not go to your high school completion, your graduation. If it did, it cannot be utilized towards for RPI. If you didn't use it, if it was maybe just an extra class you decided to take because you were bored, you can definitely get it reviewed to potentially transfer in. So how do you get it reviewed? You have to complete the incoming freshman transfer credit procedure and the high school credit certification form. That form is on the registrar's website. And pretty much you will take that form, you fill out the information of like your personal information, what class you took, and then you send it to your school. They fill out their portion and then they have to send it back to RPI. It can't come through you. Then you have to send a transcript as well. And then at that point, our departments will review it depending on what class it is. And then if it's approved to transfer, then you'll see that credit again on your SIS. For transfer summer credit, so if you're planning on taking a class, you're like, hey, I'm really interested in maybe getting ahead in math or maybe physics, you do have to do a different form compared to the dual enrollment. And that is the transfer credit form. It just pretty much says what class you're taking it, where you're taking it, how long is it, and then you send it over to our registrar prior to registering for the class or taking the class, because we want to get it reviewed if we can before you pay the money, use your time, that sort of thing, to make sure it transfers in, because what we don't want is you working so hard over the summer and then us saying, sorry, it's not going to transfer. So get that prior approval. If it's approved, you need a C- or better again to transfer in, and then you have to send an official transcript from that institution over to us. And then at that point, the credit will transfer in. Now, if you're doing that, say you're decided again, Calc 1, decided to take it over the summer, but it's not going to be in before you register, then again, you're going to want to follow our procedure for how to get into Calc 2 while you're working on that. So when should you have your credit transferred in by? So the institution's policy is that you have all transfer credit in by your first year, so May of 2025. We recommend as advisors to have it in as soon as possible because it helps us advise you. It helps you have less issues with registering because of those restrictions or prereqs. So the sooner you get that credit in, the better overall it is. If you decide to say transfer in Calc 1 and then you get here and you're in Calc 2 and you're like, this is not the same, I need to retake it for whatever reason, you can always drop the Calc 1 and Calc 2 and register back into Calc 1. Just know any credit, if you decide to take it at RPI, you forfeit that transfer credit. So it no longer will be completed by transfer credit because you're taking it at RPI. If you have any additional questions about that, let us know. There is a cap for transfer credit as well. It's 32 credit hours. So if you go over that, then it can't be utilized towards your degree, but it will still show up on your transcript. So just be aware that we work with students all the time if they have extra of like what credit they should apply. And that's where that 4-year plan comes in handy because we can say, all right, this meets this meets this, and we can write it down. So that way, when you move to your faculty advisor, you already figured it all out. So just keep that in mind. Important dates. So yesterday the time ticket was released, so please go on to your SIS and check that. If you don't see one for some reason, let us know. Consult period obviously started yesterday, and it goes all the way through July 9th. Obviously, you'll have us through the whole summer up till fall, but that's our main consult period before registration begins. We will have drop-in hours. Please review our website for those drop-in hours. The to sign up for drop-ins, just so you're aware, it opens the morning of registration. Like when we say we're open 9 a.m. for drop-ins, the sheet itself opens at 9 a.m. It won't open sooner. You can't pre-sign it. So make note of that. So registration, July 10th to the 16th. First day of class is August 28th, and then add drop deadline, both are September 13th. So you can add into a class and then also drop out of a class if you need up until September 13th. So if you're not sure or you're still waiting on that transfer credit or you're not sure about the transfer credit, you have the ability to update your schedule up to that time frame. Generally, we recommend try to do everything in the first week because if you're in the second week, you are responsible for making up work. But you do have the ability to change in and out of classes up until that 2-week time frame. And lastly, our website that we keep talking about. So just so you guys are aware, we update the website in the office. So it's not some random person. We're doing it, and as we see needs come up, we want to update it and make sure you guys get all the information that you have. We want to empower you in the office. We want to make sure you are able to find the answers because that's what your college experience is all about, is you figuring it out, finding those answers so that way you can be successful. So I'm actually going to go to that website in a second. We do have the Hub's YouTube channel. Again, this recording will be technically housed on the YouTube channel, but we'll have the link on the website. And also we have all our other recordings that will be there. So feel free to look at as many as you'd like. And then we do have an Instagram, and we are active on Instagram. Kelly and Bulis in the office are really good at updating you guys and putting out some funny stuff too. So please be sure to add that account onto yours. And then I'll go into the website. So give me one moment. Okay. Share my screen one more time. So Karen did this on her webinar and I really liked it. So if you're like, hey, where do I find the Hub's website? Well, we've sent you a few emails with the direct links. It's in our signature block. And you can just Google RPI SOE Hub. And we are literally the first ones that come up. So this is going to be the homepage that you'll see at first. You are the class of 2028, so let's get started. So up here, you'll find the link for the Hub email. So you can email us anytime. As you go down, you'll see the drop-in hours. Click here for sign up. It'll bring you directly to that sheet. You're going to want to make sure you have WebEx downloaded on your laptop and phone and as many devices as you want. The drop-ins allow us to answer any questions you may have, any issues you may be having. If you just want to talk to us and just say, hey, I just wanted to say hi. We want to make sure you guys feel welcome. And also, like I said, you are informed, you know where to go for everything. What I really like is this frequently asked questions. So you literally can go down this line, and I recommend all students do this, go down the line and read all of those because 9 out of 10 times it's there. Our focus right now is registering. So how do I register? So obviously it says the date, it says time ticket here, step-by-step visual instructions. How do I create my schedule? So this is the PDF template we reviewed, the Excel template, Plax. Quadalog is a new one too. It tells you when the classes were last offered. If you're looking at some that aren't really standard to your template, you're probably going to use this one more for next semester. So don't worry about it right now. There's SIS, how to register, class hours, schedule. It just kind of gives you a breakdown of everything in a bulleted way instead of just all over the place like bubble format. And then some more frequently asked questions. And it goes over transfer credit and everything. But I recommend you guys look at all this. And then if you have updated questions, drop in for a session, and we can definitely help you out. And then, oh, another one is HOS requirements. We have a sheet for that. So please definitely review that. We will have a HOS specific webinar also. So those webinar dates are listed all down below here. You'll see the recording. So we just had the undeclared one yesterday. So ours will be housed here for the aerospace aeronautical, and then so on and so forth for the rest of the webinars. So please check them out. If you're not able to attend because of your schedule or something else came up, it's totally fine. We understand. Just watch the recordings and then get back to us. So with that being said, that is the end of my presentation. I will open it up now for some questions. Let me see. What does the day column mean? If you're looking at the schedule, are you talking about like M for Monday, T for Tuesday, W for Wednesday, R for Thursday, and then F for Friday? I don't know if that answers your question.
Kim, would it help if I read the questions out loud to you?
Yeah.
Okay, we'll start from the top. If I completed a class in dual enrollment that I got credit for to meet high school requirements, can I still register for the next more advanced class even if I can't get credit for the earlier class at RPI? Or would I need to retake that class?
You would need to retake that class. Um, just because you don't have the met credit, you don't have the prereq, you are required to register back into that course, which actually a lot of students find a lot of benefits for because the way RPI teaches, it's very rigorous. So while you have a background in that subject matter, you can reinforce it so that way when you move on to the next course, you have even more ability in it. So yeah, you do have to retake that class, short answer.
And some of these Bulos answered, but I'm going to read them out again just so we have it on the recording. Are we registering for courses by semester or a larger time period?
So you're going to be registering only for the fall semester. And then in the fall semester, there's going to be a period where you do this all over again for the spring semester. And then in the spring semester again. So every semester you're going to be registering for the next semester of courses. So you have time to plan. If something's not working out, you can always update your plan to include a different course that's maybe not on the template.
Okay, so here's a athletic question. What do I do if I have an athletic class conflict? It seems every Physics 1 class I could find on SIS has a 6 p.m. class, and football said I have to keep 4 to 7 open.
So that's most likely a test block. So it should
Yes.
only be an issue every few weeks when you have an exam. And I believe athletics will work around that. So it's not every week. And Karen, please feel free to add anything.
Yeah, so basically what we usually do with those situations is you notify your coach that you do have a test block that falls within that parameter, and you're going to get your syllabus in the beginning of the year, which outlines all exam dates. So you can give those to coach and let them know exactly when you'll have to take that exam. Um, That traditionally happens with Physics 1 and Physics 2 and some other classes that are major specific. So that's a common thing that your coach is probably going to expect to hear from you. So it shouldn't be any issue. But if there is, you always come back and you talk to your hub advisor. Okay. I think that's all I have in the chat right now.
Awesome. Well, I'll leave it on. I'll stay in for another minute or so. If you have any more questions, please feel free to put them in. If not, thank you so much for attending, and we look forward to working with you guys.